हेलो फ्रेंड्स, सो वेलकम टू कहानी आपकी एंड मेरी ग्रहों की ज़ुबान यूट्यूब चैनल। इन दिस टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द मंथली प्रेडिक्शन फॉर द मंथ ऑफ जनवरी. Today we are going to discuss about the Aries ascendant. Ascendant means if you open your chart, in that the first house will belongs to your ascendant, and if it is over here it is written that 1, then you are belongs to the Aries ascendant. And if in the first house it is written that 2, then you belongs to the Taurus ascendant. So like that, the first house is a very important for you in this, and in the Vedic Shastra and the Vedic Jyotish we will consider as the Uday Lagna also. And first house is belongs to the Mars, and it's a Kal Purush Kundli and Kal Purush chart also we can consider it. The Mars is an extrovert planet, and you people basically something was very famously for you will not sit idly, you will be running here and there, and sometimes because the Mars is there, and Mars is the like the general or like a Senapati or the head of the army of head of the any of the army. So there might be the chances of the head injury, and it will create a extrovert to you toward and your behavior is a very extrovert. You will be very straight and you will react very immediately on any of the actions because of the Mars position, and you easily come into the accident, and sometimes you will feel in your life the accident also, because the eighth house is also belongs to Mars only. So the first and eighth house belongs to Mars, so that's why in your life you will sometimes face a accident in your life, and that will be happen to you. And at the same time the Ketu is also there. The Ketu is also the co-ruler of the Scorpion, and that will be also considered as a very violent planet. And Ketu is also south node of the moon, and with that it's having a very high electromagnetic energy. So that will be give you understanding that the Aries ascendant people having prone to having a head injury or some accident will be in their life. And Mars is also considered as in a Ayurveda the Pitta, the Pith you have, and therefore and it's having in your first house the Sun is exalted. The Sun is a main planet, and it is the king of all the planet. It will be the Sun giving the life to all the planet. The Sun, all around the Sun the planets are moving on, and in your first house, if you are the Aries ascendant and the Sun is sitting on your first house, then you will be like first of all you will be like a king, and you will be very dominated, and you will be, and your face it will be glow like a king only. So Sun is a head of everything, and you will be might be born in between the when the Sun is going to be rise in morning 5 to 7, in between that. So Sun will be there in your position, so that will increase the intensity of the Sun for you. And the Mars is represented as the both Mars and the Sun is the fairy sign, and belongs to sometimes if you will create you will be impatient and create to do the things in your life very fastly. You want to do everything very fastly, and that's why the Mars will get exalted in your 10th place at the where the Saturn and Capricorn will come. So for you these are the basic thing that you can understand. You like children's, but over here if you see that in the 5th house the Sun and the Mars both is considered as a pith, and that they will destroy the 5th house over here. So you have a very less children in your life for Aries ascendant. And the Jupiter is in the 9th position. So Jupiter is a friend of Mars and the Sun as well as, so for that the Jupiter is a 9th is a Mool Trikon of Jupiter. The Sagittarius is a sign that is a Mool Trikon for the Jupiter, and that will be a mutual friend of Mars and Sun. And if you see the Panchada Maitri of also, so in this the Panchada Maitri is also I'm sorry, sorry, also there between the Mars and the Jupiter. And now the Mars is looking toward the Jupiter, and Mars is in a Scorpio from 5th of December to 17th of January, and in between the January month it will be moved from the 18 degree to 13 degree at the 8th position. So this is a Viprit Raj Yoga. This position of the Mars is create a Viprit Raj Yoga, and the Ketu and Rahu degrees. So we have taken the average value of the Rahu and Ketu, not the full value. So with that, the 5 degree to the 3 degree, this movement will be there. So all the planets are in between the Rahu and Ketu only. So that will be considered as a Kalp Sarp Yoga. So in between these two. So second house is considered for the family. Second house is considered for the food and for the money also. Second house is considered as the immediate support. This is you, and over here the immediate support from the other people, from your family, and from money, and you will consider as yourself with your whole family, like a kutum will consider whatever the people, like it is the relatives from your father's side also, from your mother's side also. And Rahu is sitting on that. And the second house is also considered as a speaking, how you speak, whether the truth or untruth. So Rahu is sitting, and Rahu don't follow the conventional way. It will lie the things. So over here, if you will going to do any of the promise in your life, so that will going to not going to be fulfilled, because Rahu is having a no mass. Rahu is Aries. Rahu is like a shadow planet, and it will be not complete. You will not able to complete any of your promises. So don't do the promises. And Rahu aspecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th position at this 6th house will be over here, the 6th house for the sign Virgo, and over here the planet Mercury is the head of this one. And this is a place for the enemy, and for the debt what you are going to take in your life. And sometimes disease also. So you can see the disease over here also. And the Mars and Ketu all are conjuncted over here, and Rahu is seeing this place for the enemy and the disease, and for your health also. And Rahu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9th. The 9th Rahu is looking to the Saturn. Saturn is going into the Shravan Nakshatra and at the 10th house. And over the 10th house, it is in his own house. So Saturn is got debilitated on your first house, and now it is the most enemy for you, and it is looking after for your 12th house. It's isolations, creating isolation. It will creating the more hard work for you on your 10th house. At the same time, the Mercury also conjuncted with the Saturn on the 10th house. It will be remain there for 31st of December to 7th of March, and it will be retro in between the 14th of January to 4th of February. So that will be important. And the Mercury is for you, it belongs to your speech, for your conscious mind, for your neighborhood, and for your strength, and whatever the activities you are going to perform. The Mars is belongs to that one. And from here the Mars is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on that position you will be like whatever you are performing at your workplace. So that is considered as a Karma Sthan, the workplace where you are going to do work. So that will be more hectic for you. As well as the 6th house Lord is into the Kendra. The 6th house Lord is these are the Kendras 1, 2, 3, 4, and over here the Mercury is also sitting with the Saturn. So Mercury having a habit that whichever, like if it is sitting with the beneficial planet, then it will give the benefit results, and if it is sitting with the malefic, then it will give the malefic results. And now Mercury is considered as a Prince, and it is sitting with the like a Saturn is considered as a hard working person, or a hard working servant. So with that it will be this conjunction will be going to take place. The sun, which is it is in your ninth house, that will provide you the luck, because it is sitting into the luck house, and the sun is a lord of, like, sun is also represent your father. So over here the sun is give you the representation of your father. And the Venus is sitting into the Sagittarius till 31st of the December to 27th of February, and it will going to retro on 19th of December to till 26th of January. So over here if you see, the Venus is going to retro in January, and that will be creating as a sun only. So once the Venus will get retro, it will behave like a sun only, and at the same time the retro planet will going to take the energies from the other planet associated with it. So in your this house, on your ninth house, the electromagnetic waves are so much high, like for your luck, that will be so much will be energy will be there for you and for your parents. You need to be take care of your parents, because the chesta bal is very high for the Venus is belongs to your seventh, like for your spouse. So at the same time you have to take care for your spouse and the spouse brother, 1 2 3, the spouse brother, third house of spouse brother, as well as for your family, friend and other things. The second house and the seventh house will be considered as a Markesh, that will be considered as not a very good house for you. The Jupiter, that is a friend for you, it is belongs to be the lucky for you, and it will be give you and bring you the luck in your life. So that is sitting on your 11th house. So that 11th house is for the gain house, the gaining from the friends, meeting with the peoples, and gain from the whatever the efforts you are doing, and that will be considered from the Jupiter. And Jupiter in the 11th house, it is sitting into the Saturn house, and it is a Karak Bhav Nashak. So over here that it will be reduced, so the gain that will be going to reduce, but at the same time the Jupiter is going to look at the 1 2 3 4 5th, at the 5th position, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7th at the at your children positions, and at the same time on the spouse position. So these two aspects it will be try to increase it, but at the same time the Jupiter is aspecting on the 7th house, so that is belongs to the Venus. And Venus is not a good friend of Jupiter. But now the Venus till 26th of January is retro condition. So over here you will see the upliftment from your spouse. And if you see that Dharma Arth Kam Moksha, Dharma Arth Kam, so this is a Kam Trikon, and 1 2 3 4 5th, these are the Kam Trikon where you have to do work, and over here you will see the more results about yourself. Now we will move to the next date wise as the position of the moon into the chart. So from 1st and 2nd the moon will be in your Sagittarius on your on your 1st and 2nd house. So over here you might be having a traveling with yourself, or you will be spending the time with some temples and other thing. 3rd and 4th it will be in your Stan or at the Capricorn. This day will be tough for your workplace, and over here you will be going to be challenges of the many of your things around yourself, and at the same time you will get the more workload on this particular day. On 5th and 6th it will be on your 11th house. You will spend the time. This is a good time to spend yourself with your friends and family, or especially for your elder brother, because Jupiter is also represent the elder brother. 7 8 and 9, this is not good time for you because it is in the 12th house, and at the same time the Mars is also sitting, it is like from 12th, Mars is in 8th and Jupiter is a 12th from the 12th house. So that day you need to be take care about your expenditures and other things. Also on 10th and 11th the moon will be on your first place. You will be take care about your reputation and about your behavior and how you are appearing in your life. So you will be look after about your appearance, because the moon will be got the Mars will be got debilitated on your 4th house, and in the moon sign. So now with the 12, 13 and 14 it will be in your 2nd house. This day over here the moon will be get exalted, but the Rahu is already there, and over here you need to be take care about yourself and your family basically, and your expenditure. 15th and 16th the moon will be on your 3rd house. So that house will be belongs to your strength, and you need to be perform a very huge strength. And at the same time if you see, the sun will be going to move on your 10th house, the Capricorn, and it will be the Makar Sankranti on the 15th of January to 12th of February, it will be there on your 10th house, and at that place it will transiting to Saturn. The sun is moving on that area, then sun and Saturn is not that much a good friend, and so that you need to be take care at your workplace. Then 17th, 18th and 19th, the moon will be in your 4th house, so you will spend some time with your family, and you will be convinced and other things for your home. 20th, 21, you will see that the moon will be in your 5th house, so you will be work for your knowledge, your wisdom, and basic knowledge and expenditure on that one. Spend the time with your family, with your friends, and as well as with your children. 2023, the moon will be on your 6th house, that you need to be take care about that one, about your health, about your debt, about your enemies. And 26, 27, it will be in your 7th house. You need to spend the time with your family, especially with your partner and with your spouse, and you will might be get some chances to do travel. 28, 29, it will be in your 8th house, and at the same time the Mars, the lord of your house, is moves to the Sagittarius on 18th of January. So you need to be take care about during the traveling and about your health, especially about your stomach. 31st and 28, 29, it will be on your lucky day, and if you are dealing with the properties, traveling, so that day you can utilize for yourself, and it is a good time to propose someone. At the same time, 31st, it will be in your 10th house, and that will be the time you will be spend time for your work, and at that particular time the intensity of the moon is not that much high, because it is near to the no moon condition, so that you needs to be take care. So before moving to ahead, I request you to share, to just give your comment or like the video and subscribe it, so that we will be getting a more encouragement to prepare the more videos for you, and you will get the continued notification for the weekly and monthly prediction. Now for the health wise, you have to need to be take care during the traveling. Education wise, you will be find luckiest yourself, and then you will be good. If you are doing the post graduation, you will be find yourself in a good position. For marriage, you will be have some struggle for marriage life, but for marriage it's a good time. For the love, you will be get some chance over here, because your Lagnesh is on the your Lagnesh is an ascendant lord, is in 8th house. For the child, if you are planning, you can plan it. For the buy home, if you are considering, then this is not a good time, but if you are selling the house, it is a good time for you. Ancestor house, that will be good. For job, you will be get a more responsibility, more frustration sometimes, and for the business, you will be take some loans and other thing, and somehow you will be try to do the expenditure of your money, because Rahu is sitting and aspecting your 10th house over here. And for business, don't do anything illegal, otherwise you will be have to pay for that. And for the stock market, if you are dealing it, so be carefully deal with that during the month of January, because the Mercury is with the Saturn and at the retro condition. Emotionally, if you're going to take any decision, that will be make you that you will be going to harm you. So with that, now we are stopping this discussion on the Aries ascendant. Please take care of yourself. Jai Shri Ram.